Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Retro and the Retro Gamer Show.
And coming up on this Play Expo London special edition, we show you around the first ever Play Expo London event.
We catch up with the creator of a brilliant new indie game, The Mystery of Woolley Mountain.
We also have the lowdown on this brand new quarter-sized arcade cab.
We also take a look at Gods Remastered and much, much more.
So to kick off this special edition of the Retro Gamer Show, here's what it was like to be at Play Expo London. Here at Play Expo London, there's a ton of arcade and pinball machines to play, and the good news is they're all on free play.
Play Expo London, I'm stood at the talk stage and it's actually hosted by Dan and Ravi from the Retro Hour.
And it worked out for the rest of the end, but they weren't just out of the critic. So.
I found a found skull buried in my garden, so I put it in a pentagram made of salt, lit a black candle in each corner, and then everything went black. And when I woke up, I had a text from Biffo saying, "You must come to the studio." So don't do that.
So have you all got like teletext characters made of your faces or little caricatures in the 4-bit kind of...
I don't know, we can ask Steve about that. Steve!
Steve!
Steve! Steve! Steve!
Stand up, Steve! Steve! No, don't come here! Just stand over there!
Oh, piss off!
Oh.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve.
Hello.
Can I also just say at this point, you're the only person who did get a round of applause. So... That's impressive. So,
and you know, writing a good game is not about one person; it's about a whole team, and it's also about a game isn't about just graphics. It's about graphics, sound, programming, and anything else that's involved. That's what makes a great game, not just one thing.
And I think that really showed as well, because you could always tell a Bitmap Brothers game was so polished. Everything, you know, attention to detail, everything was so smooth. The frame rates. I mean, was that kind of, did you always have quite a high quality threshold?
Oh, the threshold was huge. I mean, it's like, you know, in those days, with most publishers, they would say, you have to get a game out, and this is the date, and then put all the advertising booked there, and then we went, nah, we will actually give it to you when we're completely happy and we're finished. I can remember like Speedball 2, Microsoft wanted it out for Christmas, which meant getting it finished by October, and we said no.
It was so rich Christmas.
Yeah, that's another point. Went on for a few years, and we said to them, no, we want to finish it, make sure it's finished, and also we think that actually January is probably the best point of bringing it out because it won't have any competition. We were right.
As you would expect at a Play Expo event, you could play almost any console or computer that you can remember.
Right behind me, there's a whole string of indie developers showing off their latest work.
So now we're here in the Traders Zone at Play Expo London. Let's take a look around.
We had such a blast at Play Expo London. One of the things we love doing at shows like this is to check out new games from indie developers. One of the games that really caught my eye was the Mystery of Woolley Mountain. I'm here with James Lightfoot and he's going to tell us all about what he's been working on.
Hi, thank you very much, James. James 2.
Yeah.
James 1, James 2. So I'm the creator of the Mystery of Woolley Mountain, an otherworldly adventure game. For you retro heads, it is a point-and-click game, point-and-click adventure, which is my favourite genre of all time. My favourite game is Monkey Island 2. And I thought, you know what, for my first proper game, I want to make a point-and-click adventure. So 3 years ago, I was lying on a beach and I thought I want to do this, and I started penciling out the rooms and the story and the wireframe of everything. I came back, started to learn Unity, and started to build my point-and-click adventure game. And the premise of the game is you play 5 time-travelling scientists. You find out that the evil witch has kidnapped all the children of Woolley Mountain. So it's your job to go and rescue them and defeat the evil witch. In the game, you play different characters, and there's lots of puzzles, lots of people to talk to. 8,000 lines of dialogue. It's a big game to the extent that when I'm trying to bug test it, like I'm doing at the moment, just getting it over the line, it's almost finished. It takes me ages, which is great for you guys, bad for me trying to bug test. It's out on Steam in February next year. That will be followed by all the platforms, Switch, PS4, Xbox One, iOS, all of them. If I missed any, you tell me, it will come out on them. And yeah, it's almost there. On Steam, you can play the demo right now. If you go to the website, woollymountain.com, that's W, 2 O's, 2 L's, you can pre-order a physical version. There's loads of different bundles as well, so check that out. And yeah, it's blood, sweat and tears. It's been all I'm obsessed about and think about and do for the past 3 years, and it's almost out. So I hope you guys will enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed making it.
O M OMG LOLHLP. Please don't shoot! I just wanted to stow away!
Hey, shut it, will you? Your ferocious wits will not distract me.
I will have no further dealings with humans. Where am I? What's going on? What is this horrible music? Who are those birds? The Mystery of Woolley Mountain.
So that looks like a great game there, and I love my point-and-click adventure, so I'll be definitely picking up a copy of that when it comes out. Now, the weekend of Play Expo London, there was a big announcement on the internet from Numskull. Now, you may know them as a company that do a lot of retro gaming and gaming merchandise. And they decided to announce that weekend that they would be releasing a line of quarter-sized arcade machines, with the first one being Pac-Man. So after announcing their Pac-Man quarter-sized replica arcade cabinet, it's no surprise that Numskull couldn't wait to show it off to everyone at Play Expo London. And it actually looked really good and caused quite a stir, and even Jason Bradbury of the Gadget Show fame was there reporting on it. So let's give you a little bit more information on this mini cab. It's an official Bandai Namco Entertainment product, quarter-scale playable replica of the original 1980s Pac-Man arcade cabinet. It's fully playable cabinet using the original arcade ROM. It's Quarter Arcade's #1, so it's the first in the series. You can collect them all to build your own miniature arcade. It's releasing as a collector's edition, limited to only 10,000 units worldwide. It includes an exclusive Pac-Man coin and collector's edition packaging, and once they're gone, they say they are gone. It's a realistic replica. Everything from the artwork, shape, wooden shell and buttons are precise replicas. It's made for durability, playability and portability. And now for some measurements. It's 16.92 inches tall by 8.27 inches deep by 6.3 inches wide. You can pre-order yours now to get early bird pricing. Apparently it's £149.99 and maybe a little bit steep for just a cabinet that just plays one game, but if you're a Pac-Man fan, we're sure you're going to love it. So that Pac-Man arcade cab there looks pretty cool. Let us know in the comments if you're considering buying one.
One of the other indie games that we loved the look of at the show was Gods Remastered. Now here's Mike Montgomery from the original Bitmap Brothers telling you a bit about it now.
It's actually been done by a guy called Nils, and he's done a really good job. He's so passionate, he's been on it 5 years, but part-time, to be totally fair, so it's not full-time. And he's done all the graphics, he's done all the programming on it, and he's done a fantastic job. And it's one of the games that I've been waiting to bring out for a long, long time. But it had to be right, and he's done it completely right.
So after seeing Mike Montgomery talking about Gods Remastered, we decided we had to check this out more. So we went over to their stand and we caught up with the programmer.
Yeah, this is the new remastered version of Gods, the classic by the Bitmap Brothers. As you can already notice, we have a new title music. I don't know if you remember the original one. For some legal reasons we cannot use it, but this is our approach to get as close as possible. So throughout the game you can have this new enhanced look, or you can change it and have the original. It's actually like it was on the Amiga, except for text pixel graphics. And what we try to do is stay very close to the original game, so that means the whole level design, the whole pace of the game, all secrets, monsters, etc. The whole behavior of everything actually is like it was on the Amiga 500. Except even in that mode we have a small enhancement, that is that we increase the frame rate a bit. Keeping the pace intact, but just smoother look and feel, like better scrolling, smoother scrolling, but having all the original graphics. So as you can see, we can start out with the Amiga version, so to say. This is not only the graphics, but also all the sound effects have been very accurately reconstructed. And during the game you can just with a click of a button you can switch to the enhanced mode. This features all new graphics, sound effects, and also for the first time, so to say, background music throughout the level. That's a bit of atmosphere as well, with things like these torches, shadows, dynamic shadows and lights, which increases the immersion a little bit more. Essentially, it's exactly the same game as it was before.
Gods Remastered looks amazing. I love how you can just change between the old graphics and the new graphics. Can't wait for that. We loved it on the Amiga.
Yeah, definitely an old Amiga favourite. So that's nearly it for this show, but we thought we'd just share with you a couple more highlights from this show. And we really enjoyed the Archie McLean talk. And if you know Archie McLean, he did things like Drop Zone, International Karate Plus, and then the pool games, Archie McLean Pool and Jimmy White's Whirlwind Snooker. And so he was there doing his talk, and it was almost like Archie McLean in his laptop and memories, because he had this laptop which he had hooked up to the big screen, and he was showing everyone. Well, sort of Dan and Ravi were there to sort of do the retro, and they were sort of saying to him something about a game, and he'd just go, "Oh, I got a video of that. Oh, I got a picture of that." And it was a really good way of doing the talk, different to any other talk that we've seen over the weekend. And so he got to a stage where he said, "I've got some clips here of Jimmy White, some that I was going to put into like the pool games and stuff of Jimmy White's Whirlwind Snooker," and then he said. He did actually used to make quite a lot of mistakes, and he had this little sort of swear reel that he said he was going to show. Now Dan and Ravi sort of looked at each other a bit like, "Oh my God, what's he going to show now?" sort of thing. And are we going to have lots of swearing or what? So, but luckily for them, as you'll see here, Jimmy White only seems to know one swear word.
Bollocks. 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 Bollocks.
So there you go, back in those days at least, Jimmy White only knew one swear word, and that was bollocks. So anyway, James, what was another highlight of the day for you?
We got to meet a few YouTubers we've never seen before face to face. We met Dan and Ravi from the Retro Hour, Pete from On a Retro Tip, and loads of others. I also caught up with Stuart Ashen, who kindly signed my book for me. So thanks for that, Stuart. Big fan of the Ashens channel. We also caught Daniel Ibbotson busting some moves in the arcade zone.
Blimey, he was busting some moves, wasn't he? He was pretty good at that. It's pretty impressive.
He's no stranger to rhythm games, but he was a genuine, really nice guy.
Yeah, it was nice to meet him. So anyway, that's about it for this show. We'll be back at the beginning of September with another Retro Gamer show, with of course all the usual favourite content. But until next time, James, what they got to do?
Keep it retro, everyone.
Yeah, take care. We'll see you soon.